Hey everyone, it's Blue Lizard Jello and welcome back to Blue's base level Soulsborne Challenge. We are here in Dark Souls 1 with Silverina and we are in Blighttown. Why are we in Blighttown? Well, very simply, I needed some green Titanite shards. It is about that time where we start infusing our weapons. At Soul level 1, many of the infusions are going to far outclass their regular counterpart because of the fact you don't get very much in the way of strength or dexterity scaling because, well, you're base level. But in order to do so, for many of them, you need to start with green Titanite shards, and fortunately the leeches often drop 5 at a time. So I came down here to get some, and then the reason I actually started recording down here is because I wanted to show off an NPC. Now many of you I'm sure already know about this, it's not going to come as much of a surprise, but I did actually get a couple of questions in one of the most recent episodes concerning Shiva. Many of you know that Shiva of the East, one of the NPCs in the Forest Hunter Covenant, does eventually make his way down here to Blighttown, but you weren't sure what causes him to do so. Well, it's actually really simple. All you need to do is talk to him in the forest and then join the Forest Hunter Covenant and come down to Blighttown. As long as you're still in the Covenant, Shiva will be here.
Hello again. Strange to meet away from the clan and the forest. But while you are here, how about some equipment? I love collecting these things, but I can only keep so many. And you know, you are a friend. I'll sell them cheap.
And at this point, we can learn his gesture. But even more importantly, he is now a vendor for us, and he sells some unique items. Some items that you can get throughout the world, but they're, somewhat rare of a drop, but now you can just purchase them outright, like the Flamebird, Stone Greatsword, the Demon Great Machete, which can be very hard to get, the Shotol, now we can pick up one of those in Sen's Fortress, the Uchi Katana, the Washing Pole, if you like your katanas and you, well, don't want to kill the male undead merchant, here's your Uchi Katana, Demon's Great Axe, the Claw, which is a really fun weapon to use, and the Demon Spear. This is an exceptionally rare drop from the Batwing Demons in Anne Rolando. He also sells the East Woodgrain Ring, and if you want the other version of the Woodgrain Ring, the one that allows you to flip, if you want to go ahead and kill Shiva and his invisible counterpart right here, well, I guess transparent is a better way to put it, you go right ahead. But that is all I want to show you while I was down here in Blighttown. I'm going to start making the long, arduous climb back up, and I'm going to see you at Andre. Here I am at our good friend Andre, and I actually haven't even given him the Divine Ember, so let's go ahead and start with that. Yes, I would be happy to leave you with my Divine Ember. But on one condition. I need you to go ahead and make me a Divine Reinforced Club. I need you... There we go, okay. Whenever you infuse an item, you typically split the damage between physical and another element, like fire or lightning or magic. In this case, I'm going from 145 physical to 97 physical, but 120 magical damage. Now, of course, Divine has its own attribute in that skeletons cannot reanimate, even if there are necromancers around, which is particularly why I favor this in the Catacombs. But at low levels, the infusions really tend to outclass because of the way scaling works. At low levels, at base strength and base dexterity, you're typically not getting enough damage increase from scaling to warrant staying along the regular route, which is why you're going to start seeing me using more of these. So, let's make a Divine Reinforced Club for now, and now I am also going to upgrade that. You can see I do have plenty of green Titanite shards, and at +5, this is now a significant damage-dealing weapon. If you take a look at the actual stats here, alright Andre, hold on one second. I am now doing 130 physical and 160 magic for a combined damage of 290. And again, the way that split damage works, I'm not going to get the full 290 damage out of each swing, but it is still going to be putting out more damage than it was when it was just regular +5. Of course, I'm using the Divine Reinforced Club +5, the Heater Shield, for Fashion, Dingy, Wanderer Coat, Hard Leather Gauntlets, and the Wanderer Boots, and then I'm using the Ring of the Evil Eye as well as Havel's Ring. Perfect. But I will see you guys at Firelink Shrine, and we'll begin our descent to the Catacombs. Now, one of the things that may or may not have crossed your mind is Blue. Once you get to the bottom and you kill Pinwheel, how do you plan on getting back up? Are you really going to go through the process of climbing out of the Catacombs? And the answer is no. I actually have no intention whatsoever of climbing out of the catacombs. Instead, I fully plan on simply using a homeward bone. Once we get to the first bonfire, I'll rest there, setting my spawn, and then once we kill Pinwheel, I will simply use a homeward bone to get out of there. I have no intention of going into the Tomb of Giants. But we also have the graveyard to clear, and at this point, let's go ahead and test how much damage we do. Ooh, 106, not as much actually as I had anticipated, but not terrible. Definitely can work with that damage, and again, the biggest benefit that we're going to see anyway is in the fact that we won't have to deal with reanimating enemies. Also, not to mention, let's see, the R2 with two-handed. Easily one-shot, 293. That is fantastic. All right, get this soul item. We will do a full clear of the graveyard before we actually descend into the catacombs. Get all the items here, just in case some of you may or may not know where everything is. There are a lot of little nooks and crannies. There's the Caduceus round shield. Oh, even the one-handed R1 is actually going to one-shot them. That's good. That's really good to know. My other plan is, once I get to the bonfire in the catacombs itself, I will go ahead and use another humanity so I can kindle it. Having 10 Estus will actually be pretty helpful. You know, I'm going to heal up now before I fight this guy. And knock him down. Excellent. Done. But having 10 Estus is going to be good because I anticipate actually taking quite a bit of damage, which is why I decided to put on the Ring of the Evil Eye. At least I could reclaim some of the damage. That is actually exactly what I wanted. Oh, not now. Quickly. There we go. All right. That worked out nicely. That worked out very, very nicely. Oh, tried to actually go for the parry there. Let's try again. All right, felt a little early on that, but it gave it to me. Guess I won't complain. All right, and here we go. Everyone's favorite weapon, the base cannon. I mean the Zweihander. Sorry about that. Sometimes I get the names confused. The ever necessary binoculars. By the way, with DS Fix, look at just the detail that you can really see out there. Such an interesting design, the cities around here. Kind of set in a ring shape. Wonder why that is. Is it to keep people out, keep people in? It's also kind of interesting that in Dark Souls 3, we see the same thing happening with the ringed city. And actually, I haven't heard anyone compare these walls to the ringed city. I might actually have to look into that. I'm curious now. I wonder if it simply drew inspiration or if there's more of a logistical reason for the shape itself. Okay. But now, we are starting to get into the catacombs. We have to worry about these floating skulls, these wisps. For that reason, now, luckily for us, they do actually damage these skeletons as well. So that works for me. The problem is, if they knock them down, they won't stay dead because of the necromancers. If I don't kill them directly myself with my okay, my divine weapon, they're not going to stay dead. All right, where are you? And can I get a plunging? Oh, Dark Souls, and your inability to actually change directions in midair. As far as I know, in subsequent games, in Dark Souls 2 and 3, if you're plunging, but you turn, you will actually turn as you're falling. Which is very handy because just like there, had I been able to actually turn my camera, I would have been able to get that kill with the plunge. Right, there we go. Oh, and I just love that they stay dead. Such a huge, huge help. Okay, so these guys do take 3 R1s, so it's definitely better to either two-hand or simply get the jump attacks. Works for me. Okay, first Necromancer. In fact, you know what? I am going to pop a humanity. I want to get at least some item discovery going because ideally I would love to get a skull lantern from one of the necromancers. That is the plan. And there's the kill, and okay, nothing on the first one. That's all right. I wasn't truly expecting to get it on the first kill. Okay, secretly I was hoping for it, but that's about it. But here we are, bonfire lit. Go ahead and rest. I have some souls, so might as well level up. Just kidding. Just kidding. Did anyone think that I was about to do that and throw my whole run? I actually kind of thought maybe I would. I've actually had this fear as I'm farming and as I'm prepping for videos. I have a fear that my instincts are going to kick in and I'm simply going to dump all my souls into level. Don't worry, if I do decide to level this character, I'll put all my points into resistance. You know, the best stat, the unequivocal, most overpower stat in Dark Souls 1. All right, there we go. Now the other reason that I actually, oh, red and white round shield, nice. The other reason that I actually went with the reinforced club, even though it's not my highest damage dealer, I do have some others that would be better, but it's blunt damage. And skeletons are already weak to blunt damage. So I can just wail on them, knock them down, keep them stunned. You know the deal. And overhead, nope, has a horizontal. Perfect, this is going very, very well. Now, I'm not gonna do the shortcut. If you don't know the shortcut, you can simply either walk off very carefully or roll off from here, and you can actually skip a good bit of the level by doing that, but I have no intention on skipping anything. I want to get all the loots. There's actually some really, really... Who are you just going after? Oh, right behind me. Tricky, tricky. There's a lot of good loot here. In fact, there's even, you know, a covenant that if you want to get all the covenants, and this one's a really fun one, especially just for the weapon itself, you should really explore the catacombs. All right, I would like skeletons to follow me so I don't have to fight you along with your necromancer. Okay, this will work. Now let's get away from the archer. One dead. All right, still got it. I had considered not bringing a shield and simply just using my fist or the Kestis in order to parry, but you know what? I like the heater shield. The heater shield is one of my favorite games in the entire Soul series, simply because it is so lightweight and it's 100% physical damage reduction. I mean, you really can't go wrong. All right, let you spawn. And dead. Of course, we have to go get one of our favorite weapons up here. Well, hopefully it's one of your favorites. Wasn't sure I was gonna get that. Ugh. Okay, lock on fail there. There we go. But the Lucerne. If you don't know about the Lucerne and haven't fallen in love with it, please give it a try, especially with the Leo ring. Every move that the Lucerne does is considered thrust damage, even though it has more of the halberd moveset. So any attack has the potential to get counter damage with its thrust, thereby getting increased damage through the Leo ring. Really, really fun. All right, slow and steady. That is going to be the name of the game today. Now, we're starting to get into some dangerous territory. As long as we kill the... Oh. Watch it. Necro is... Ho. You know what, Necro? Two-handed for you. Oh, it didn't kill you. I thought it would. Skull Lantern. No Skull Lantern. 'Tis a shame. Grab this soul of a nameless soldier. All right, and now we're going to get into some of the parts that... I wouldn't say they're tricky. It's just you have to kind of pay attention to the bridges and be very observant for any NPCs who might be lingering about. All right, trigger the wisps. Uh-oh. Ruh-roh. Okay. Guess it's time for an Estus. Whoops. Oh, I actually didn't even mean to fall down. Do you guys want to come with me? No? All right, that's fine. I'll loop around. Yeah, that walkway can be a little bit precarious because those wisps would be only thrilled to knock you clean off. Like that one almost did. I didn't even see the one that exploded, to be honest. Oh, there you are. And there we are. Get a little bit of health back. Perfect. Now we're just gonna head over here. The wisps should be gone for the most part in this section. Just a couple more skeletons. Uh-oh. Okay. Probably time for another Estus chug. I was really hoping to do this all in one run, but I'm using more Estus than I really anticipated that I would. Soul of a Proud Knight, and... Seems a little quiet over there. Seems very quiet. Perhaps a little too quiet? So some of you were telling me about your Soul Level 1 experiences, and my goodness, some of you added restrictions that I just don't understand why you would. I mean, you made the game so difficult. The game's already a challenge. There's really no need. Go on, back up, back up. Now, some of you did just kind of limit yourselves to the no pyro, which I think is really a good way to do it. If you want, oh goodness. If you want a good first entry into Soul Level 1, then, you know, use pyro. Just get used to the idea that you can't level and you have to really, really work on your gear more than your stats. But then, you know, I definitely recommend going into the idea of not using pyro and just using melee. Even though you can use buffs, I think that's, oh dearie. Perfect. Oh, that follow-up is pretty fun. I didn't actually know that it had that. You just instantly do another big swing with the R2. I like that. Now the catacombs, like I said, they can be a little bit tricky. Anytime you find these little graves, look for the one side that looks like the dirt is just a little bit different. For example, this one right here, and I should be able, if I'm careful, no. I know you can do it. I know it. Oh, there it is. You can trigger that without falling, but those spots will drop down, not to your death, well, at least not to your immediate fall death, but that is how you're going to access a few of the areas, but we'll try and get them all as we go. Speaking of getting them as we go, I highly recommend that you kill these skeletons as you descend, or else you're going to get... Okay, thought I heard one coming. Or else you're going to get swarmed when you're at the end. Alright. Carefully grabbing the Soul of a Proud Knight. I also want to take a look at these statues in a moment, but... Did just hear a skeleton. Looks like he left. You can see this corpse is actually clinging to it. It's holding on to it for dear life. But if you take a look, these statues actually have some faces. And that's where the spikes come out of. See if I can get a good look. It's a little bit hard. I could use the binoculars. But the statues are actually wearing the different masks that you can get from Pinwheel, the boss in this area. Just kind of a really neat touch. Also, if you've never read the descriptions of the masks, you can actually get an understanding of the families. You can actually get an understanding of the family that the masks are based on. And I'm gonna tell you right now, not very pleasant. Oh, careful. Get the wonderful, wonderful twofer. Okay, now, as long as you walk directly in between these, shouldn't trigger either of them. Also, all the bugs everywhere. Another feature that kind of gets lost in translation in the actual game itself, unless you have DS Fix, but with DS Fix they really stand out. Granted, so does their very, very static animations. But still, a really nice feature. I like it a lot. Alright, now, coming down here, just a couple more skellies to kill, and then if we want, we can drop down. We're not going to do so just yet, though. And the follow-up. Perfect. Skull Lantern. Not yet. Not yet. Now, this actually doesn't rotate a bridge. This lowers a door that I didn't point out up there, but also that item is the Great Scythe, and it is named appropriately because it is pretty doggone great. If you're a Dex user, which everyone should have a Dex character, please, I beg of you, it is a phenomenal weapon. Absolutely fantastic. But this right here, this was a door. We just lowered it. And let's see. So from here, that bridge is still spiky, so can't do anything there. And just walk here, and there's the Great Scythe. Excellent. Another one of these places to fall down. And do we want to fall down this one just yet? Come on. Oof, that was a close one. No, I don't think so. No, I don't think we do. Not yet, at least. Not yet. Let's just keep going, or let's head back up. and take a look, see where we want to go next. Going in here, this is just going to lead right outside, but this is how we're going to get this bridge to turn. Right up there, you can actually see the next pedestal. That is where we want to go in order to turn that bridge. But you know what? There should be someone here, and there's not. I messed something up. Spoiler alert, Patches should be here. Patches actually turns that bridge for you. Patches suggests that you should go and cross that bridge because there's treasure on the other side. Patches is a liar. And all he wants to do is kill you. All right. Now, there are a couple of crystal lizards in here, so I want to try and get them if I can. Just kidding. I always mix up the two hallways that have the crystal lizards. Now, I'm going to light this. I'm not going to rest at it, even though I could go ahead and get my Estus back. And you know what? I just realized I didn't kindle that top one like I said I would. But for now, I just want to keep that top one as my point of reference. All right, across we go. Nice and safe because Patches, again, for some reason, isn't here. Through this gate, it is dark and ominous. Now, we're going to have to go topside when we want to go to Vamos, which we do very much want to go to Vamos. I actually did bring enough green Titanite shards so I could infuse one of my weapons with fire, and that's exactly what I intend to do. Kill you. Break that wall. Treasure. Oh, that's actually a developer message. I forgot that they had that. Totally forgot that they had a developer message there. I was thinking, wait a minute, am I online? Because I really don't want to be. But nope, that's a developer message. This room can be a bit of a pain because you do have the archers that are going to ping you from every which way. So I'm going to block and then deal with you. Oh, didn't get the block in time. That's all right. Let's see. My only concern here, I might try to get fancy. My only concern is, again, if I do a plunge attack, I'm going to face the wrong way. But what if I turn around, backstep, and plunge? Think I can get him? I'm gonna try it. Ready? Here we go. Oh, it would have worked. It would have worked, but they moved last second. That's a shame. That would have looked really cool. I would have been super proud of myself. Uh-oh. Okay, you need to die, and then you need to die. No, no, uh-oh. That arrow could have killed me. Back up. Right, there we go. Okay, now we can go ahead and climb this ladder that is pretty well hidden in the wall. Just look for the slight indent. That way we can take care of this other archer. In fact, I could have just climbed up here immediately and dealt with him. Oop, too early, but he didn't get me. Probably easier just to do the jump attack in this narrow space. That way I don't ricochet off. Perfect. All right, so far, so good. And what did you drop? Falchion? Nope, just another red and white round shield. All right, now up here, I actually can't remember off the top of my head if there is an item or not. Or, no, that is just to get back. That is just to get back, so we will go that way. Also, sliding down these ladders makes no sense whatsoever. Have you ever noticed that? On a traditional ladder, the way that your character is doing it, and I'm actually motioning with my hands, but you can't see me because I don't have a camera. You're holding onto the sides of the ladder, and theoretically, if you got the friction, you know, the tightness of your grip just right, you could slide. But the bars are embedded in the wall. I mean, what are you holding onto to slide? It just doesn't make any sense. All right, we know how to deal with you. Very, very easily. Do love this weapon. Perfect, and we get the Dark Moon Seance Ring. Very, very cool. Along with a statue of what is probably Gwendolyn as a baby and his mother. That would be my guess based on the ring that we just got. And actually, let's take a quick look at that, even though I'm not going to wear it. I have no need for it. This ring is granted to adherents of Gwendolyn, Dark Moon deity and lastborn of Gwyn, Lord of Sunlight. The Dark Sun Gwendolyn is the only remaining deity in Anor Londo. His followers are few, but their tasks are of vital importance. This is going to gain us access to the Covenant without having to actually kill the illusion of Guinevere or even, rolling through the illusory wall. We can just wear this and the wall will disappear. This ring actually tells us right away that Guinevere is nothing but an illusion, because it says he is the only remaining deity in Anor Londo. But we do see Guinevere, so the question is, well, why don't they count her as a deity? That's because she's not there. In fact, she ran off with some Flame Lord guy. Okay. Another Necro for us. Deal with you. And Skelly, you want to come in here? Yes, you do. And the finish. Come on, Skull Lantern. No Skull Lantern. That's a shame. Okay, so this is going to drop us back into that room with the staircase, but there is also the ladder, which the developers so helpfully added for us. And you might be wondering why they put developer messages here. The Catacombs apparently was supposed to be an early area. The reason people find Pinwheel such a joke is we go there later on. We go there typically once we have either the Miracle Tranquil Walk of Peace. That way, if you want to go ahead and channel just like those stupid stone guardians in the forest do. But we go there later once we have the Lord Vessel, because it just makes sense to go there, then the Tomb of Giants, and defeat Nito. But this is an early area. That's why nothing has a whole lot of health, nothing does a ton of damage, and it's the reason why you see some developer messages, because they're trying to get you accustomed to looking for these sorts of things. It's just a nice little touch. All right, now we can start to drop down. And there we go, look. We are actually back in one of the very, very early rooms. Perfect. So now we've done quite a bit of exploration one way, so now we need to drop down yet another grave. Oh, and we've actually gotten 2 humanities since we've been in here. That's great. That's going to increase my item discovery even further. So hopefully, I can actually get a Skull Lantern. All right, so which one do we want to go into next? This one? Yeah, let's go into this one. And there's the Crystal Lizards. No! All right, well, we got one. And, ooh, okay, Twinkling and 2 green Titanite shards. Not too bad at all. That other one, he started running really quickly, even though the one that I killed was technically a little bit closer. Wow, the water is really loud. And also can be seen through the wall? Do you see that over by the candle? Huh. Okay, so now we are back. We just picked up a soul item there earlier, and this is what we use to turn the bridge, so that is another section cleared. So we can just keep going. We have a couple more things to get, and then of course we have the the wonders that are the Bonewheel Skeletons waiting for us at the bottom. Oh joy. Oh happy, happy joy. Alright, so where, down there would be the Vamos. In here, there's nothing. Just trying to remember exactly where we've been. Alright, so that got us to the scythe. We'll just keep pushing our way down. On fire. Alright, I think we're good to just keep going down this way. Because over that way, there's going to be a cave, and that's going to lead us to the Covenant with Mr. Nito himself. And, alright. Don't think there's any floor or any collapsible floor there. So now the name of the game is try and kill these skeletons nice and quick like, so the wisps don't catch up. Okay, you jumped away, but you actually still jumped right into it. I honestly believe that's your fault, not mine. All right, wisps, come and get me. I don't trust you. You have quite the area of effect. Come on. And the other one, you're probably not going to be a pain, but you know what? Just for completionist sake. There we go. Now, we don't ever understand exactly what those are or what they do, but we're going to see them again later once we get down to New Londo. There's actually an enemy that spews them out, and I wonder if he's supposed to be the source. that sign right there because I'm human. That's Paladin Leroy. We will not be summoning him, even though I do love a good gaming joke within a game. If you didn't know, Paladin Leroy is actually a joke concerning Leroy Jenkins, that famous WoW video about the guy who gets his entire guild killed, or his entire raid group killed, because he decides to rush in and aggro everything in its way. But as he says at the end, at least he got chicken. Now, the most difficult enemy in this area is actually not the skeletons. It's probably not even Pinwheel. It is that guy right there, another prowling demon. Really don't enjoy fighting them, but we're gonna have to do what we can. It's just not a very, very big space to fight him in. And this open coffin on the left, we're gonna want to interact with that later, but let's see if we can deal with this. Oh, lock-on range is very, very low. Or very short, I should say. 58 damage. This is gonna take a moment. And 138 is uh-oh. No stamina, though. How about a two-handed R2? Okay, it was probably good damage. But, as was his when he landed right on my head there. Alright, well, we're just gonna have to play this a little bit safer, I think. Okay. He's actually missing almost all of his attacks, which is kind of strange. You see, he's not even rebounding off of my shield. Alright, that's a problem. What do you got for me? I need something that I can back off and heal with. That works. Alright, he's not even quite half. Yikes. Alright, that should have been the halfway mark, I believe. A little bit less than half now. It's gonna take a moment. We'll get him. That's the best one because that always allows me to punish with an R2. That move, though, if I'm not mistaken, I don't think you can actually block that. So be very careful. Ooh, got some counter damage there because he was jumping. Yeah, I believe that move will go right over your shield. More counter damage. All right, this actually isn't taking nearly as long as it was. Now that I'm being just a little bit more aggressive. No, give me something. And maybe one more. There we go. All right, good. Prowling Demon dead, 2,000 souls, and a Demon Titanite. Not that Demon Titanite is going to be worth an absolute lick for us because, well, we can't do anything with it. We get Eyes of Death, which is good because you need Eyes of Death if you want to actually go to Nito's Covenant now. Now, we actually got some from the Basilisk in the depth, so we could already go in the coffin and go and join the Gravelord servants, which we're going to go do momentarily, although, if I join, that's going to be a bit of a problem, because that's going to break the covenant with the Forest Hunters, and I'm not done with that covenant just yet. Oh, we might just have to say, oh well, and then ask for forgiveness with Oswald and go back and talk to Elvina. Uh-oh. No. Don't fall. Careful. All right. Is that it? Anyone else? No? All right. Another spot that we can fall down. We don't want to do that on either side just yet. In fact, you know what? At this point, I think we're actually ready to go join the Covenant. Because after this, we just have to really go down to the end. The problem is, once you go to this Covenant, the only way out is with a Homeward Bone. So, that means everything's going to respawn. Which is alright. I can probably just run past everything, which is what I'll do. But after this, we're going to go and talk to Vamos, get some weapon upgrades, and then we're going to deal with some Bonewheels, and we're just about actually done with the Catacombs. It's not a huge area. For the record, I actually had to cut some footage of me just lying in the coffin because it does take quite a while to proc. And actually, you know what? You don't have to use a homeward bone. Never mind, strike that. You can nest on the coffin. Does everything still respawn? I don't know, but we're gonna learn together. And I just think this is so cool. Games need to have more of this. Now, granted, Dark Souls is over, but we actually talked to a Lord himself to join the Covenant, and that is just so cool. So you know what? I have decided I am going to join the Covenant because I want to get the sword, even though, well, you'll see. So we get the Gravelord sword and the Miracle Gravelord sword dance simply by joining. Now, you do need 1 Eye of Death in your inventory even to enter the coffin, but without even giving him any, you already get some stuff. Now, in order to rank up, you give him 10 eyes, which will give you the Gravelord Greatsword Dance, and then at 30 and 80, it'll increase the damage of the miracles. Kind of odd that they are miracles, aren't they? But I'm actually going to hold on to my Eyes of Death. Maybe we'll try some Gravelording. Soul level 1 Gravelording. That could be interesting. If you didn't know, when you use an Eye of Death, another player is going to get the message that they have been Gravelorded, or Gravelord enemies have been present. I don't know what the actual message says. And then at that point, until they actually kill you, they will continue to get these extra strong enemies in their game. What they need to do is they will actually go and locate a summon sign that will cause them to invade your world, and then they have to hunt you down and kill you. If they do that, they get an Eye of Death. If you kill them, you get an Eye of Death. It's a really fun Covenant that unfortunately just doesn't work as intended, and that's a shame. Also, the actual enemies themselves, the Black Phantoms, will only appear in worlds that are New Game Plus or beyond. You know, I was just thinking as that cutscene was playing that I really like how you pray to a lord in order to join his covenant, but there's a problem with it. When you finally kill Gravelord Nito later in the Tomb of Giants, you don't break the covenant. You can still stay in and enjoy the benefits of the Gravelord covenant, but you can no longer level up. So that is a bit of a problem. All right, so now the question is, did everything respawn? I really, really hope it didn't. I mean, I didn't get my Estus or health back. We'll have to wait and see, though. Is this where the giant skeleton would have been? Let's take a quick peek outside. Let's see. And no! Oh, how wonderful. Oh, that's brilliant. Okay. Forget what I said about all the enemies respawning because we are in the clear. Now, I'm actually going the wrong way. I want to head back up because now it's time to drop down to Vamos, talk to him, get his super awesome cutscene, also listen to his clearly lower quality voice than everyone else was recorded at. Really don't know why that happened, but when you hear it, you're going to realize something went obviously wrong with the audio processing. Perhaps they tried to just make him sound, you know, gravelly and fierce, but it really just sounds like it was recorded on a potato. All right, heading back, and let's head down. Now, this drop can kill you. This drop can definitely kill you. You need to be careful. Also, have I gotten all of the necromancers? Not so sure that I did. All right, so what I want to do is roll. Okay, meant to hit the other one, but this is still fine. There we are. Get a green Titanite shard. And what you want to do is don't walk off too quickly because you don't want to fall directly down that hole. I think, if I'm not mistaken, you can actually still die from fall damage there. But instead, just hug the wall. There we go, a little bit of damage, and now...
Be gone with you. spoil my focus.
What a cool character. Also, we are now immediately bombarded with some skellies. Oh, you. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Don't want to dive right now. Quickly heal. We are completely out of Estus. Oh, no. Oh, goodness. Please, not now. Not like this. All right. One dead. Might have to start healing with some humanities. All right, try and parry that. Yeah, I didn't think so. Oh, we're going into a very dangerous area with no Estus remaining, but we do get to talk to Vamos, who, by the way, has an awesome skeleton beard. I mean, how does that even make sense? And just take a look at his surroundings. He uses these coffins as his forges. You can actually see them just glowing red hot in there. There's his tongs, there's a thing. Also, his spine is spiky. I don't know if I ever noticed that before. Anyway, Vamos.
Why, you have an ember, do you? Forget about it. I don't deal with that kind. What has gone wrong with embers these days?
That's because we have the magical ember and he won't accept it. But let's take a look at what he can do for us without giving him anything. Right away, we can go the fire route. And now you have to have a weapon at +5 or higher in order to go the fire route, which is one of the reasons why I was so adamant about getting all of my equipment to +5 early on, because now I have the pick of the litter. And the one I'm gonna go with is the battle axe. So I'm gonna make that a battle axe +5, then I'm actually going to get that upgrade, even though we have no intention of using it just yet. This is going to be for a very specific area later on, but there we go. And what do you sell? So you sell homeward bones, regular titanite shards, and some arrows. Pretty standard. There we go. That's Vamos.
If that would be all, then be gone with you.
And again,
Spoil my focus.
his unfortunately low quality dialect. Oh, I forgot. There is an item to get, or 2 items, I think, up by Paladin Leroy's sign that you can only get to by dropping down to it. We can do that after we kill Pinwheel, kind of a way to wrap it up. That's fine. Also, I wanted to take a quick look at the Gravelord sword. It's fairly low stat requirements. It's not super low. You only need 16 strength to two-hand this and 13 dexterity. So it's 16 strength, 13 dexterity, very few levels. You can use this sword and the base damage is 265 with bleed. Excellent sword. Excellent, excellent sword early on, especially because you can just come here immediately. There's no reason why you can't very carefully speedrun your way here. All right, speaking of careful. Please, one at a time, that's all I ask. It's a simple request. Oh, no, you didn't listen. You didn't listen. Oh, problem. Oh, problem. Oh, what is it? What was that? He was completely stuck sideways in my shield. Oh, gosh. I'm gonna risk something here. Oh, okay, it worked. It worked, it worked. I can't believe I'm doing this, but I am. I'm gonna keep using humanity to heal. I'm too close now. I'm too close. Okay. What else do we have? I mean, I know there are several. I just want to... All right, there you are. I should be able to get you no problem. What just happened? There we go. All right. Now, do be careful, because I have seen them get trapped down here and actually kill Vamos. It's a little hard to do, but you want him alive. He is an excellent blacksmith. Okay, I do see the knight. All right, you are patrolling. I think you're probably going to be my next victim. Come on, get you close to the wall. All right, I'm going for it. I'm going for it. I'm going for it. And the other one didn't even notice. Now you did. Okay, that actually worked out nicely. Oh, rush, rush, rush. No, no, no. Oh, heavens. Oh, heavens. I don't know if going in this hallway is the best idea, but if I can get him caught in this corner, then it'll work. All right, all right. The 3-for-1 deal. I got nothing. I got nothing. That just was too good to be true. All right, so now we just have these wisps to deal with. Wisps or wraiths? I forget what they're actually called. I think they're wisps. And I thought there was a third one. I don't see him prowling about though. All right, we need to go deal with this knight. And kind of thinking parries are going to be the only way to go, which means I have essentially. Oh! 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 Right! 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 I remember where the other necromancer is. I remember now. Oh, can you crush on a ladder? No. No, you can't. Oh, gosh. Okay, we're okay, though. We're all right. We're okay. It's just that there's a necromancer, 2 skeletons, and a knight waiting for me. Oh, and actually, we're back here. I completely forgot. So we've actually been in this room already before. So we could have gone down immediately to get that necromancer. Now, this is the room the Black Knight is supposed to be in. Soul of a Proud Knight. But he actually found his way around? Or am I mixing up my rooms? I'm probably just mixing up my room. For the longest time, I thought this was a secret. I thought I should be able to get in there, and I just hadn't found a way yet. Oh, no, what happened? No. And now we get the pleasure of, well, kind of speed running, because I don't want to really take my time. So I'm going to probably shut up and concentrate and hopefully get this first try. And now we can go to the place where Paladin Leroy's sign is. Okay, up here. And then we want to roll off. Perfect. Heal up. And let's see, where's that wisp? Let's make this wisp go away first. Oh, nope, okay. All right, we're gonna kill these guys. At least that's the plan. Okay. Who needs 50,000 souls? What good are they? But seriously, that was actually kind of a huge blow. And that's how you're supposed to do it. It's supposed to be that simple. All right, now we can fall down there, but there is the other item right here. Oh. That can be a little bit harder to get. All right, come on. Just die. There we go. Oh, right. Everyone's just joining the party, huh? Deal with you. All right, now let's see. What angle is the best? Right here? Yes, right here. All right. There we go. We get the preset and a mace. Kind of indicative that priests were making their way down here. Do we know any priests or clerics that had to go down into the catacombs in the Tomb of Giants? Perhaps Rhea and her traveling companions? Not Petros, because he's a scared little chicken who stayed topside, but, well, he probably came down here and then, well, this is probably a corpse of his, let's be honest. Ooh, can I do my special maneuver? Haha, it worked! It worked. Oh, but what also worked is getting the attention of all 5 other bone wheels. Where's the other? Oh, found him. Heal. Right. Come on. Get stuck in the corner. Oh! Oh no, it's begun. It was going so well. All right, this time this way might be a little bit safer potentially. That worked out. Okay. No, not everyone. Dead. Oh dear. All right. All right. Okay. Stop. Didn't have time. Oh, no! Come, stop with the Bonewheels, everyone. Did I just get punched by a Bonewheel? I didn't realize that was a thing. Aha! Works for me. Now, please. Everyone turn at me. Yes, that's what I meant by please. Oh my goodness. Okay, so coming from this side aggroes all of them. Coming from Vamos, you can kind of pick and choose your battles. All right. Keep it up, keep it up. Oh, wow. Okay, phantom range on the club. I'll be honest, I did not earn that kill. 2 more. One more, and then we can try that knight again. All this just to attempt to kill another Black Knight. And there we go. All right. And Bonewheel Shield? No. No Bonewheel Shield. Whoa. The corpse just threw it in one desperate attempt to kill me. Why is there a skeleton? Let me talk about the things I really didn't want to see. What? Holy stored input! I kid you not, guys. That was a solid 2 seconds before. That was scary. All right. Here we go. There's one. And what kind of damage am I looking at? Answer? Not too bad, actually. Wow. Wisp, go away. Oh, there's a scimitar. Neat. Oh, gosh. Well, I never expected that. And look, we're going to be going into the Nido fight still with very, very low Estus. That's always the plan. I wonder. The answer is yes. I can get at least one of them through the wall. Okay. And last Necro. Defeated. And there's finally our Skull Lantern. Now, from my understanding, if you kill all of the Necromancers, you do get... I see. You do get the Skull Lantern as a drop, but you do have a chance from all of them to get it. So had I actually gotten one earlier, I wouldn't necessarily have had to hunt them all down, although, let's be honest, it's not in my nature to leave enemies alive unless they're killing me over and over and over again, and I just need to run away. But that is it. We've gotten all the items. We've seen all there is to do in the Catacombs, and I got some deaths in there at the end. You're welcome. Now it's time to kill everyone's favorite boss, Mr. Pinwheel. And this honestly could be a challenge. We'll see. Oh, wow. I am still doing a lot of damage to him. But he can still do a lot of damage to me if I'm not careful. Alright, you're going to disappear, so I'll just deal with this guy for now. Here's the real one again. Oh, missed. Oh, big hit, big hit. Heal up. My last Estus. This guy in the back is not really too concerned with me.
So I'll just focus on the real Pinwheel. Where are you going? Okay, watch it, watch it. And there we go. Pinwheel is dead at soul level 1, first try. No, he's still pretty easy. He's still pretty easy. But when you think about him in the idea that this is supposed to be one of the earliest bosses you can and possibly even should go to, that could be a challenge. Especially if you can't put out the damage that I'm doing. I have a +5 divine weapon. If you go here within the first half hour of playing as a new player, you're not gonna have one of those. So, think of it that way, and he's not nearly the joke boss that we think he is. But we get a humanity, homeward bone, and the rite of kindling. This is actually what Rhea and her compatriots were actually looking for. So I don't know how they ended up beyond Pinwheel in the Tomb of Giants without it, but I don't know. I guess we'll have to come up with some ideas for that one. But this is going to allow us to get up to 20 Estus flasks at a bonfire, which is pretty useful. And which mask did we get? Ah, Mask of the Child. Guys, I was going to do a giant dad build, and now we can't because we got the Mask of the Child. No, I wasn't. I will never, ever do it. This is actually going to raise stamina regeneration, and not only that, but by golly, does it just look good. Okay, it looks pretty horrendous. Now, before we wrap up, and we are going to be wrapping up here really, really soon, we are now in the Tomb of Giants, and it's really neat that you can find these prism stones kind of led throughout it. But who left them there? Was it Rhea and her party, or was it Patches? I think it was Patches, personally. I think he's just trying to lure as many people as he can. But I'm showing you this right here because if you're ever wondering about how to get back if you don't have a homeward bone and you don't have the Lord Vessel, grab this Soul of a Proud Knight, and you are now back where the Bonewheel Skeletons are. Perfect. But let us head back to the bonfire, and we're gonna call this an episode. We're gonna call this an episode. I don't know why I had to change my voice when I screwed up, but hey, don't judge. All right, Catacombs defeated, Pinwheel dead, and that is gonna do it for this episode of Blue's base level Soulsborne challenge. I hope you're still enjoying. I know I'm still having fun, even though that got a little bit messy there at the end, but for those of you who've been wanting to see more deaths, you're welcome. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you next time.